For this video, I wanted to show you how to add text to an image using a tool called Pixlr. Pixlr, spelled P-I-X-L-R. The website is pixlr.com. Basically, this is a web-based photo editing tool. It is almost as powerful as Photoshop, not quite, but it does have some power. And for something that's free and web-based, it's a pretty nice tool. So I wanted to make you aware of it. It may be a little over the top for this specific assignment, but you may want to use it for other assignments down the road. So I figured that we could start early and you could take a look at it now. When you get to the site, you're going to see this screen. What you want to do is scroll down a little bit, and this Pixlr editor here, you want to click this launch web app right here. This is going to load up the Pixlr editor, which will let you create a new image, open image from a computer, or a URL. Those are the three you really mainly want to worry about. Again, for this meme project, if you have already downloaded the images to your computer, you can click this open image from computer. It's going to bring up your same prompt, and you can select the image and click open. That'll open up the image. So now we're at the same place as we were before with addtext.com. Now you're going to see that these steps are a little more in depth in order to get the text to look the way that we want it, but some people like a tool that's a little more full featured. So I figured that we could take a look at this one as well. You don't have to use Pixlr if this is too much. Use addtext.com for this assignment. That is perfectly fine. So to add text in Pixlr, what you want to do is you want to over on the side click on this A. That will bring up the text box tool. I can click and I can type my caption. This does not auto size, so you need to pick the size that you want to fill the space. And by default, it puts the text in black, so you're going to need to change that to white, which you can do by clicking on that black box, bringing the lightness all the way over to 100, and clicking OK. So now I have some white text up at the top. You can change your font, so you have some font options here. As you hover over them, it will automatically change them. Okay, I'll just leave it on that one for now, and I'm going to say OK. If I want to move this, I have to go over back to my tools and click on the arrow, and now I can click and move my caption around. All right, so I'm going to add a bottom caption as well. Click on that A again, click on the screen, bottom caption, size, style, make this white again, click OK, and click OK. Click on my arrow on the side again, and then drag this to the bottom. Now you'll see we have a bit of an issue here. His shirt is white and our text is white, so the two are fighting with each other and we can't actually see what's down here. Now we can fix this. Something to be aware of as you work on text and images in this class is the way that text and the color of your text works with the background. You're going to look at a couple ways that you can kind of avoid this stuff in the next module, but for now we're going to kind of take a different step. Something to just be aware of: if you have white text with a black outline, you can read it on any color. So that really kind of gives you a powerful text option, and we're going to actually use that here so that you can read this caption down here. What I'm going to do is over here on this side where it says layers, this layer is for my bottom caption, this layer is for my top caption. I'm going to click on this bottom one, and I'm going to click on this little, it almost looks like a square with a star on it. I'm going to click on that. That's for your layer styles. Drag this over to the side so you can see what happens. I'm going to select this outer glow option, and you can already see I can now read this because of this outer glow that popped around it. You can adjust the size. I'm going to leave it kind of small. Hardness is how much of a fade or not there is. The harder it is, the stronger the line is. So I'm going to kind of bump that up a little bit. And opacity is just whether or not it's see-through. So I'm going to leave that at 100. I'm going to click on color, change this over to black, say OK, OK. So now I have that black line, that black stroke that surrounds my text, so I can actually read that. I'm going to apply the same layer style, so this one here on top. Click the layer style, outer glow, change it to black, say OK, leave that. I'm going to bump this up a little bit and say OK. So now we have pretty much the same thing we did before. The steps to get here was a little more in-depth, but as I said, sometimes you want to have a tool that can do a bit more than you want it to. Addtext.com works perfectly fine for just adding the captions to the meme. But if you want to explore this and play around with it, we're going to be looking at it in later modules. Feel free to take a look at it now as well. But that's all you need to do. Captions are on. When you're done, you're going to click File, Save. You can leave these options as they are, give it a name, and say OK. It'll bring up your prompt. Again, I'm using a Mac, so mine might look a little bit different than yours. Click Save, and now my image is saved to my computer. And again, I would upload that image into Blackboard. All right, and that's it for Pixlr.